All right. Good morning, my dogs. It is 6:33. It is November 21st. It is Thursday. Hopefully everyone's feeling well, getting the day going, shaking it up. Maybe you've been in the sauna. Maybe you've already been in your ice barrel. Maybe, you just did some push-ups, sit-ups, or just jogged in place. Whatever you do to wake yourself up. I've been up since 4:30. I've been preparing. I've been thinking about all the different scenarios and getting ready to roll. Just working on the go time. At this point, it's again 6:34, November 21st, Thursday. My name is Scott Redler. I'm the Chief Strategic Officer of T3 Live, and we get ready for the day. Hopefully, you're already ready. At this point, when I woke up, the S&P futures are down like 18, and I was thinking to myself, you know what? I have a feeling they're going to isolate some weakness to Tesla, not Tesla, hopefully not Tesla. I mean, a lot of Tesla, but Nvidia. Let it digest all the mishugash from all the options. Everybody's playing the 150s, the 155s, the puts, this and that. Option dealers will probably win. And then what I do think is I think that you buy some options for the December 20th strike, the 150s, or maybe the 1229s. That this isn't it. It just needs some time, a day or two. As far as everyone already saying, Red Dog, the turkey trot was not to 85,000. The turkey trot was to 100K. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's up again. Everyone has been riding the Bitcoin train, and crypto has been doing well. And some guys out there are like, oh, I sold too early. I did this, I did that. Stop your complaining. Figure out what you did and why you sold early or how you didn't follow your plan and make some adjustments. At this point, if you take a look right here at the chart of the S&P cash, you will see that we've had some ways to maneuver this week. It's been pretty awesome, to be honest. You've been able to buy against this 583 low for 3 different days and buy weakness. I love buying weakness. I love, red to green trades. I love looking for relative strength, and we've had it. So at this point, you have this pocket pivot with a gap above that gets filled. And right now, the SPYs are up 30 cents. So right now, it's isolating NVIDIA for now, which is fine. That's great. Sometimes when NVIDIA is going nuts, the rest of the market is watching and like sucks the air out of everything else. But for now, you have the SPYs up 12 cents and the world's not ending because NVIDIA is down 2% at 143. It's not a big deal. What could be suffocating or taking the air out of the world is IBIT. IBIT is up 2. I think Bitcoin's close to 98,000. I do have a lot of IBIT, and I've been, focusing on this pre and post election. Remember the turkey trot October 11th? Some guys like, Red Dog, that's so cute of you. The way you do your turkey trot. But the bottom line is, I started talking about Bitcoin. Are you with me to 85,000 on October 11th when Bitcoin was, where was Bitcoin? I think it was at 62,000. So there's been a lot of money to be made in Bitcoin, in the miners, you name it. And by the way, who is this guy in the ice bar? What the hell's going on here? Anyway, that's the 4:30 club. That's the pre wake up. Anyway, so we're back to let's go back to the trend spider. Let's go back to the markets and see what's happening. So this is where we're at. Oh, well, my dogs want to say hello. All right, let's say hello to some of the dogs around the world. On the kaleidoscope, we got Johnny Mangini from Dubai. Wow, I want to come to Dubai in the next 3 months. Scott at T3Live.com, Scott at T3Live.com. A lot of my friends that were trading in the Ukraine that I went to coach 4 different times that had to leave because those Russian bastards invaded their country. Well, I won't even say that. Some of them are in Dubai. I'm going to go visit. I'll come visit you. Anyway, what up, Space Specialist? QBT, quantum computing is strong. That's true. You got Mikey Pag saying, let's go. We got Bravo for the Ice Barrel video. I do it every day. I've been doing the Ice Barrel every day since I'm 50. I got it as a present, but I've also been doing the Banya pretty much for 20 years since I started doing the Ironman. Anyway, we got Farmingdale in the house. Who's sleeping out tonight? I'm sleeping out tonight. Oh, you're sleeping in the Covenant house? All right. So be a good boy in the city. We got Bobby 4.0. I miss you. We got Harambe Frank. We got Ben Berger. What's up, Ed? Good morning to you. Bitcoin's unreal. It's not really that unreal. It's just trending, and it's been working great. You just had a bull flag breakout, and what's unreal is Mister. Mister is getting close. I would not be buying Mister this morning. Doesn't mean you could short it, but be careful. Anyway, we'll see what happens. At this point, again, I'm trying to stick with this trend. I'm trying to stick with this sequence. There's been a lot to do. Real quickly, everyone's like, Red Dog, what about Tesla? Well, Tesla has a nice inside range. Some guys are like, well, the registrations for Europe is down 20%. It's really kind of like an old story. At this point, it's really more about the future. And at this point, as long as 330 holds, I would think it's before 1129. This 358 gets taken out, and then you have a magnet towards 400. So I'm circling around 1129 calls for a move above this spot. Okay, we've been in Bitcoin. Well, we've been in Bitcoin too, but Tesla this entire time. So you have first it's got to get above 348 and then 358, and then it can go. So Tesla is a focus. It's been a focus, and doesn't mean I love Trump. I'm just saying Elon, who got Trump elected, who's getting a little bit of favorable terms, has the momentum. Anyway, so Tesla is working really well for everyone, and you have 3 inside days, and if it gets going, I think it continues. On the other side of it, there's really not that many Mag 7 names that are awesome. Apple's a pain in the butt, but it's still okay. Apple is more of a hold it, don't trade it. But anyway, if it gets above 230, there's room to 237. I don't care that Digitimes say that it wasn't great during their Singles Day. Apple's diversified around the world. It's producing more in India. It's producing more in Vietnam. It's diversifying just in case things don't go so well with China over the little while. There's no hiccups. But anyway, I do like Apple. I'm in Apple 230 calls. Am I in the stock? No, I'm in the 230 calls. So anyway, I like Apple a lot. I also started really focusing on DraftKings. A lot of my institutional friends love DraftKings. Hit 43.70. 49 is right there. I think you can continue to buy dips, and this is going to work towards 49. I do. I think so. Yesterday was tricky. Yesterday I had to buy a dip in Reddit. There was some news that there was insider selling. Listen, when a company goes public, a while back, a lot of insiders who brought the company public own a lot of stock. And in the infancy of a move, they always have to file and they always have to sell. So what does that turn into? It turns into a buying opportunity for those who are behind it. So I bought this all the way down to here, and it was scary. But what happened? The 8-day held, this held, little inside action. I will be adding above 139. So Reddit has been awesome. Reddit was a major power play for T3 and me down here. And now we rebought it in here for another sequence higher. I would stick to Reddit. I think that there's a lot more above. Listen, if Jeff could still sell 25 million shares a decade after Amazon here, the CEO could sell a little bit. The same thing happened with Dash yesterday. Dash, there was some news that there was more insider selling. Everyone was like, what does that mean? Doesn't mean the business changed. It means these guys have a lot of stock. And, they're selling some. They have the right. That's America. Free enterprise capitalism. You take a company public. You in it from the private rounds. You sell some. Whether doesn't mean the business is doing something different. Bottom line is I still think Dash is something to stay with. We've been with Dash realistically from the 127 area. And if you look at the weekly chart of Dash, you'll see that, this new issue was as high as 225 back in 2021. And it's just kind of working its way. First, it got into the area that I told you would get to, 175 to 188 down here. And now, you can almost raise this, let it build a flag, let moving averages catch up. And then at some point, it goes higher. But those are 2 different names besides the Mag 7 names that I've been focusing on. Now, as far as NVIDIA is concerned, I would just not trade it. It's going to be very noisy. It's going to be very back and forth. If you want to buy the 150 calls for, like I said, like December 20th, that'll take it off. But if it goes green today, and I've seen crazier things, and gets above 149.76, it could go. Then all of a sudden there's buyers higher. So, we shall see. Let me see. Everybody's trying to talk to the Red Dog today. Alabama, SMLR. Amazon's annoying, Scott. I'm still in some leftover calls. The stock is, I guess you could say, it's hammering out a lower level, which these things do. So if you're still long the name, I'd say it's got to hold 199. I'm in some options for next Friday, thinking that maybe it repairs. So first thing it's got to do to really repair is get back above 205. McKenzie's selling now. You had Jeff sell 25 million shares. Now McKenzie's selling. Jesus, why can't everyone be more like the CEO from Palantir? But whatever. Meta's also, these things are kind of like in no man's land. They're not really sexy trades, but sometimes non-sexy trades work. Like you could have been a buyer versus 100-day, and it's still in this channel. So it's not a breakout move. It's not what Netflix has been doing. It's not what Mr. is ripping. Yes, it is. Let's see, where's Mr. right now? Mr. is probably 530. Yeah, there you go. Hopefully you're not shorting Mr. Hopefully you've been long it. I'm making a lot of money. But anyway, Mr. at this point, it's gone pretty damn parabolic. I would not be chasing it up here. Right now, Mr. is, like I just said, it's trading at $52. It's up there. There's the 8-day. I don't care what anything's doing. This is in this parabolic type area where, you know, if you buy it wrong because you're chasing now, it's not going to end well for you in some capacity. Maybe you'll make a little bit of money, maybe you won't. Same way if you start shorting it too early. This is day 4 higher. I never buy anything really day 4 higher. Some guys like, hey, Red Dog, you know, why don't you be cute and take a look at like SMST, which is short this, which I've never done. I haven't done it once. This was on September 6th, this was 118, and now it's all the way down here. So instead of shorting Mr., which is like unlimited risk, you know, if you want, I'm just saying, if you think you're about a day away from a short-term top and you're anticipating, which is not the way to make a living, but I do this sometimes, you could buy the SMST, you know, down here. SMST right now is probably even a lot lower. SMST is down $1. So this is the inverse to Mr. I think this gamma squeeze is probably getting a little bit, a little bit crazy. So I'm not saying to do it if you can't handle it, but I'd rather see you buy 1,000 shares of this or 2,000 or 3,000 versus shorting 1,000 shares of that, because, you know, this can go up 50 points in your face. You can lose 50 grand. And if you bought 1,000 or 2,000 of this, you know, you can lose 7 grand. Anyway, but there's another one someone was saying too, this MSTZ. This thing's 64 cents. So if you want to like buy, instead of buying puts that you have to pay $40 for or whatever, maybe you buy this at 64 cents, and this could be the day where you're a day away from a trade. This type of trade is not going to make a living for you. The best way to make a living was to buy Mr. on dips using chart patterns and riding a trend that's been absolutely fantastic, not looking for a counter trend trade, even though we all do it at some point. Maybe today into tomorrow is that point, but we'll see. Anyway, that's that. As far as coin was tough. Yesterday, a lot of people played coin. It went through. It played with it. They thought it was going to be like a Mister, and it hurt. If you bought 330 or 335, it hurt. What's coin doing? And now probably today it's gapping up $10. It's gapping up $8. That's been a hard trade, you know. So I've been sticking with IBIT. You know, in the first part of the Bitcoin move, when I started the turkey trot right here, I was in IBIT, I was in CORZ, I was in The Wolf, and a bunch of these things. And then I just switched to strictly IBIT because some of those miners started to dislocate. And now the IBIT is, you know, is up here and, you know, doing pretty well, up another 3.8%. Anyway, listen, if you sold things too early, fine, you made money. Next time, figure out how to hold it longer. If you didn't use a tier system, figure out how to use a tier system. A tier system helps. You net money, you let winners run. If you want a day count rule so you're not chasing, I think that's smart. These are all things that I've developed over 32 plus years. I've been teaching to all of you guys. Hey, Red Dog, what about Mara? Yeah, Mara, listen, Mara's hard. You know, you had this first move that was pretty calculated. Then you had a Red Dog reversal, came in, and you know, and now it's back here. So it's like a zip zap. You know, if you had options, it's probably a little bit easier to deal with Mara. That's how I made money in options with Mara. Some guys like Red Dog, I can't believe you bought GME. You know what? It was very, very tight. You know, there's a 28.22 spot. It went to 29.80. I was able to make some money in my options in stock. And I still think there's no news here. I still think they're a news release away. If they were smart, you know, they should do it soon, you know, to some kind of stretchy, meme type move to 35. So I bought the $30 calls for 70 cents, sold some at $1.50. It was a double yesterday. I held some. You know, the chart's pretty good. Some guys are like, well, what about AMC if you're playing GME? I don't know. Gladiator 2 is coming out this weekend. Gladiator 1 was my favorite. You know, again, I wouldn't overtrade this piece of junk. But if they wanted to come after this because so much money's sloshing around in all of these stupid, worthless altcoins that will wind up coming to some kind of end soon, maybe there's some stupid trade like what happened here, you know, into here at some point. So maybe you go out and buy the $5 calls 2 weeks from now or something. You think it's a horrible movie? Which one? The new one? I thought the guy didn't look big enough to be like the Gladiator, but, you know, I'll watch it just because I've watched Gladiator itself like 100 times. You know, my name is Maximus Decimus Murtis. father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will get my revenge in this time or the next. That was one of the sickest friggin' scenes of all time, like 30 years ago. Anyway, so we'll see what happens today. At this point, so far so good. You know, they're isolating the weakness to NVIDIA. The indices are taking it in stride, and you know, stack them, pack them, and rack them, and get paid this month. I appreciate you, my dogs.